So you're going to need, if you're a 160-pound person, you're going to need 160 grams of protein up to 200 grams of protein or so. So it's not as easy as you think it is to get it, especially in financially challenged times where all these products I talked about before, like meat and chicken and fish and all those things have kind of skyrocketed. So meeting your protein needs is really important. The other thing that you mentioned was just overall calories, which is something that he struggled with for a long time. Any hard gainer out there, you likely have to first look at your calorie intake because that could be where you're struggling. Protein shakes are so easy to augment in terms of calories.
Oh, hell yeah. I used to throw peanut butter. I mean, I still do throw peanut butter and bananas in my shakes. Right, some honey sometimes.
Calorically, just boosting that up. And because you can drink those calories, for people like Jesse who have smaller appetites, it's much easier to get them in. Now, interestingly, when it comes down to how much protein, it's also a question of how much should I have per serving. And leucine happens to be the most anabolic constituent of the amino acids that contribute to muscle growth. There are some research studies out there that show that a minimum of 29 grams of protein is necessary to reach that threshold, the anabolic threshold, whereas that leucine can stimulate muscle protein synthesis through this mTOR pathway. You can kind of play around with that because remember, if you're mixing it with milk, you can get some protein through that too. So the protein doesn't all have to come from the powder. But in our protein, I actually put just 30 grams of protein in it straight out. So even if you decide to mix it with water, you don't have to worry about that. So just another thing to consider. But as far as how often throughout the day, again, you had 2 protein shakes. I have 1 a day. And as far as timing of it, I don't see the necessity anymore of having to like rush home after a workout to go have my protein shake. That's
anabolic window.
Yeah, the anabolic window has closed pretty dramatically. But as long as you're taking your protein shake often enough to meet your protein requirements for the day, that I think is what's most important.
Consistency.
So, consistency.